Every single Roblox player, new or old, wants one thing: Robux. And what's the best way to get Robux? To get a game on the front page. But getting the game on the front page is no easy task. So in this video, I'm gonna try to get my subscribers' game from 0 players to the front page. And before I can tell you the full story, let me give you a little bit of context for just 30 seconds. So it was a regular Friday, and I just got home from school, and I was going through my emails, and I see a random email from somebody named Martin. And after briefly going over the email, I instantly knew he wanted me to help him with his Roblox game. And I'm not gonna lie, I get tons of messages from people every single day asking for help, so I usually have to say no. But after I went through his account, and I saw he had a few other successful games, and his email was really well written, I thought I'd give him a chance, so I added him on Discord. And his game is called Wheel Drawing Obby. It looks like the point of the game is to draw the wheel on your car, and then go over obstacle courses. I've seen the same game idea before on an iOS game called Scribble Writer. I'm actually really impressed Martin thought to bring an iOS game to a Roblox game. A lot of the front page games actually do this, and this is kind of like a hidden method that a lot of developers use to think of good game ideas. The monetization for his game is actually pretty good. Whenever you make an obby, it's really important to have a skip stage button, because that's the way you make most of your money. Another thing the game does really good is every single time you run out of fuel for your drawing, it prompts the Game Pass for you to buy 2x drawing power. Another big thing I'm noticing is that every single time I complete a stage, I have to redraw the wheel I want for my car, which is super annoying. And I think this might be the main reason why the game isn't doing as good as it could. But there are also a few other things I would do to make this game better. One thing I would do is just change it from text at the top to this big green bar like all these front page obbies have, that have this lucky block on the far right, and it shows you with this big green bar how far along you are in the game. Then for the UIs on the right, they take up a lot of the screen for not really helping you much at all. So what I would do is just make them so you can easily close them, or make them smaller so they aren't as annoying for the player. Also, every single stage is literally gray and sand, which is super boring. You should spice it up and make every single stage a different color of the rainbow. And actually, I've just noticed these buttons at the bottom that looks like a rocket ship and a trampoline. When I press on the rocket ship, it looks like I'm getting rocket fuel and I speed up super quick. And then when I press the trampoline, it looks like it boings the car up quite a bit, and it's kind of like a trampoline or like low gravity for the car. These are actually great ideas, but I would definitely do something so the player knows it's a part of the drawing system, and then they can press on it to make their car better. Then another thing I would add is a player tracker on the top of your screen, showing you how far along the people on your server are. This is what Tower of Hell did, and it made the game so much more fun and interesting because you could beat your friends and you could also kind of see how far along you are compared to other people. Then the final thing I would do to make this game better is just to clean up the UI. It's all super messy, so I want to make it so you can easily close the UI, or at least make it smaller so you can see more of the gameplay on the screen. But the game overall has pretty good sound effects, pretty good visual effects, and good music in the back. So in that regard, Martin did a great job designing this game. So now I'm going to go into Studio myself and try to design the UI for Martin, so then he has an exact idea of how I'm thinking it should be. And I'm done. Let's go through some stuff that I added. You'll see at the bottom how I added this little arrow so you can easily open and close this drawing frame, and how now when you're playing the game, you can kind of see the full screen and the UI is way less cluttered. And then I also added the 3 little add-ons above this UI with little icons saying 1, so players know they can press on it. Then when I was making the UI, I thought of the idea of doing these every few minutes. You get a free reward for just playing the game. Then you can get a free rocket ship boost or trampoline boost if you play the game for like 3 minutes, and then 6 minutes, and then 9 minutes, etc. And this will make people want to play the game for even longer, because the longer they play, the better boost they'll get. And this will actually make the boosts even more valuable, because now if you play the game for a long period of time, you'll get a lot of boosts. And right now, you just get a free boost every 30 seconds, which doesn't make them that valuable or that much fun. And then the final thing I would do to make the icon better is to actually make it so the wheel and the icon is actually super funky. And right now, it's like you just try to draw a circle, but the full point of the game is you can draw the wheel however you want. And then the other thing I would do is make the base plate green instead of gray, because green and blue tend to have a higher click-through rate on YouTube thumbnails and Roblox icons, so it's always a good idea to try to have blue and green in your icons. So on April 11th, I told Martin everything I just told you guys, and I gave him a detailed list of exactly everything I would do to make his game better. If you want to pause and read everything I said to him word for word, feel free. And I also told Martin that I'd give him 50,000 Robux if he did these changes, just because I know this is a lot of changes, and he's probably not going to have a lot of fun doing it. Then a few weeks later, I finally get a DM back from Martin telling me that he actually did the changes. And I was super surprised on what he did. The UI looked phenomenal, and the gameplay worked perfectly with all my new changes. He didn't do some of the changes, but he did most of them, so I'm still happy. Literally the day after, the game got 2 times more visits than it usually gets, and it was averaging a few hundred players congruent, which is way more than he usually gets. So these changes were quickly working on the numbers, and at this point I knew the game was going to do pretty good. I woke up a few days later and opened my phone, and I saw his game with 2.1 thousand players, and I was super stoked. And I just want to say that I hadn't given him any Robux, and he didn't spend a single Robux on marketing the game at all. So this is all from just making the game better and changing the icon. And here are the stats of the game. On the 24th is when he did the changes, and you can see every single day the player count going higher and higher and higher, and now it's all the way up to 2,100 players. And also, if I were to guess, I'm gonna guess this game is making between 20 to 40,000 Robux every single day. If this video gets 1,000 likes, I'm gonna do a full series where I play your guys' games, but then give you guys feedback and get it to the front page. And I know that most of you guys either are developers